My hair looks crazy. All right. I fixed it. All right. Welcome to the Nosy Bystanders Live. Now, nobody probably knows that I'm here. But if you were on the live earlier, then you saw that we were having some technical difficulties, but we're back. So I will leave that live up and we will we'll just start over. We'll just start over. So welcome. Welcome to the Nosy Bystanders After Show. And we have a really good fundamental question. Is Sparkle innocent? If you don't know what or who I'm referring to, Sparkle happens to be um the aunt of the Jane Doe who is currently on trial right now in Cook County. Jane Doe alleges that she had a relationship with Robert. And if you already know who Robert is, then you know who he is. So she is claiming that she had a relationship with Robert and that her aunt Sparkle also did, and that basically her aunt served her up like warm pie on Sunday morning. So the question is Sparkle innocent? We don't know. We don't know if she's innocent. So I know that you guys are probably wondering where is she? So I'm gonna go live on TikTok where you guys will probably find me, and I'll kind of help navigate you guys back over here. So welcome to the after show. I got all of my stuff fixed. Everything is working out perfectly. So I'm very happy. So I'm just waiting for YouTube to boost me through this algorithm. I know we were having such crazy technical difficulties earlier today, but we're on. We're back. We got it fixed. I went ahead and I don't know what this piece of hair is doing. I went ahead and hello Octavia. I went ahead and what's the word I'm looking for? Got this. This is what I needed. Now, this is exactly what it is I needed for the after show. So we're back and we're back on YouTube. So if you had joined us already and you were here earlier today, for round two, I did not have this. I had to run to Circle K and grab this. This is a iPhone USB, but this is the thing I needed. So now that we're all good and juicy and ready, let's get back into this conversation, honey, because I'm ready to have it. So check it in, nosy fam, nosy AF. Hello, umami is my umami is actually the star this evening because she's the one who actually ushered in this notion that Sparkle's probably innocent. I think she is. I'm sorry, y'all. While I was kerfuffling looking for this and running a Circle K to go buy this, I had a lot of time to think because I was sitting around like, now if Sparkle is innocent, it does all of the crazy theories they only work, right? Follow me. They only work if Sparkle is innocent. That's the only way they work. They don't work if she's guilty. They just don't. They don't work if she's guilty. So if Sparkle is innocent, then all of the theory, who knew this and who knew that and how did this get out? Because remember earlier today on the live show, we were trying to figure out where that. Let's just pretend this is the tape. We were trying to figure out how did that tape get loose? Because we know for a fact Robert wouldn't release it. We know for a fact that at the time he was a single man, so he wasn't married. So it's not like there was like someone in his home, like a wife or like anybody for that nature to release it. It was essentially it had to have been someone who was close to him. It had to have been someone who was close to him. And someone left a comment on one of the videos that we did today, and they said, "I think that Sparkle is the scapegoat." And so I really now okay, so I put my thinking cap on. Okay, I put my thinking cap. If she's the scapegoat, right? Who would set her up? The only people who had anything to gain. The only people who had anything to gain would have been Jane Doe's parents. You know what I mean? The only people who had something to gain was Jane's folks. That's it. That's it. It doesn't, it only, listen, okay, follow the theory, y'all. Follow the theory, y'all. So, but aren't they, no, just the father, Octavia, just her father passed away, not the mom. So follow this theory. Smash that like button if you could so kindly. So now think about it. At the end of Sparkle's very short-lived career, that this tape comes out. Okay, so this is our tape. This is our prop for the evening. This tape comes out at the very tail end of Sparkle's career. Why is that? Right? Like, why is that? If Sparkle had something to gain, this tape would have never been, you would have never seen it. Right? She would have kept everything in lock and key. She would have kept serving up Jane Doe. She would have kept everything under lock and key, right? If this is the tape, but the tape comes out, her career goes into the toilet. But if we follow Umami's theory, right, that Sparkle had a choice to make, that she was either going to put out this tape or she was going to protect her career and just not say anything and just let Robert do what he does. So she made a choice in this theory, right? In this theory, she chose to try and protect her niece, Jane Doe, and release this tape. She knew the ramifications. She knew she'd be blackballed. She knew that she would be essentially ending her music career, right? That pathway, right? She needed Robert to be kind of like the liaison to the pathway into the music industry. She knew that so it makes sense. Yeah, she did. She thought that she could, but she did. But now here in this theory, let me get some of your comments, and then I'm gonna get to the next part of the theory. Okay, let me read some of your comments. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. I'm gonna be primarily here on YouTube, so I encourage you guys to join us over here. It's a take two because I didn't have this this USB, but I went and got it, so we're all good. We're gonna be good to go all night. Okay, so let me get to some of your comments. Hello, everybody. Welcome into the building. Who's in here? Umami moved over. I saw you, Umami. What's up, Vonda? What's up, JV? What's up, Umami again? What's up, Cutie Pie says, Lord, I'm so nosy, girl. Me too. What's up, Heart? You said it's always the parents. Since Aaliyah, it's been them. That's right. I agree with you, Heart. Kia, what's up, Kia? You said it's the parents and Sparkle. I don't care. I don't care. Come on, Kia, work with us. Jazzy said, Sparkle was mad about her flopped career. That's why she did it. I don't think so. Barbara said, I'm going over there. Come on over here. Hello, I'm going to TikTok. Thank you. Is it Ranita? It's POC AAA said, hey, hello. And Lee said, I don't know what's going on, but it's gonna be good. Hello, what's up, bro? What's up? Is it Ariana? Ariana said, hey, friend. Hello. Hello, Jazzy. You said, on my way to YouTube. Thank you. Mike, is it Mikea or is it Mikea? I don't know if that's just a lot of L's. I don't know if that's just a lot of L's, but thank you. What's your YouTube? Nosy Bystanders, you guys. Same name. What's up, Spring? What's up, Ken? What's your YouTube? Nosy Bystanders. 2 words, nosy. And nosy has no E, you guys. Grammatically speaking, it has no E. This is us. We're the Nosy Bystanders. Okay. So follow us over here on, I know my ponytail's doing a whole lot of crazy stuff today. Follow us over here on YouTube. What's the channel? Nosy Bystanders. Glad you're back. Thank you, Tiffany. This is us on YouTube. And we're live right now. So we can get into the nitty gritty because then we don't have to worry about being blocked if we say anything inappropriate. Right here. Okay. Nosy Bystanders. Spelled just like the name above, except minus the chief. So no chief, just Nosy Bystanders. Rara said, but wait, can you find out the tea on Eric and John from TikTok? I need to know. Who's Eric and John? Does anybody know who Eric and John is from TikTok? What's up, Lee E? How you doing? Lil E. Like Lil E. My gang sign. Lil E. What's up, Yvette? What's up, Jada? You said, hey, coming from TikTok. Who said TikTok earlier? Because that had me cracking up. Coming from TikTok. Miss J. Marie says, wow, I've never been on live on YouTube. Really? This is your first time over here? Welcome. I know I look crystal clear, don't I? And I have a microphone, this little fancy doodad right here. You guys on TikTok can barely see it, but they see it on YouTube. That's why I have a fancy doodad. Every time you smash the like button, it just supports our show, and I appreciate it. Octavia says, I don't even get on TikTok because it's dangerous. Why is TikTok dangerous? RLK said, oh, okay, Fantasia is done, 9 p.m. here. Who's Fantasia? Who's that? Who are all these people? Back to blankets and a snack. Let's be nosy. Come on over. So I'm going to set a timer like I always do on TikTok for 2 minutes. Okay. Give you guys time to move over. There's 176 of you in the building. Move over here on YouTube. Echo, set a timer for 2 minutes.
2 minutes. Starting now.
Y'all heard that? What's up, hey, Houston? New Jersey mom says, what about the 14-year-old's family? That's the theory we're getting into tonight. Someone was at a Fantasia concert. That's what I think. So you're back, finding Dee Dee. That's right, Dee Dee. We're here on YouTube, and I'm back, and I got the right equipment because I went ahead and bought this infamous USB. Apple doesn't make these anymore, so I had to look long and hard and wide over at Circle K. You said because they knew they had to exactly tourist season. So Jane Doe's parents definitely knew, and I think Jane Doe's parents is using Sparkle as their scapegoat and they're just throwing her under the bus. That's why in the trial in 2008 they got immunity. Now, earlier today in the trial in Cook County, the court reporter David Barnes stated from Robert's attorney, who was cross-examining Jane Doe, the victim, was cross-examining her and stated that she got immunity in 2008. Her and her parents got 2 things. So Jane Doe, the person who was in the alleged tape, this tape right here, and the alleged tape, okay, actually got an immunity, and she also got a voucher, a Section 8 voucher from the prosecutor. So she got 2 things. She got immunity and a Section 8 voucher. More than likely, the voucher was for her safety, so they could make sure she could testify. That's what it was for. So that's what the 2 things were for. Okay, so the timer's almost up. I'm hoping you guys finish migrating over here from TikTok to YouTube. I think that Echo, how much time is left?
You have 10 seconds left.
You have 10 seconds left. Hi from Maryland. Hello, Candace. Everyone failed her. That's right. They did. I agree. They did fail Jane Doe. They definitely did. All right. Echo off. All right, you guys. I'll see you over here on YouTube at Nosy Bystanders. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. Hello, Shy. Bye-bye. Okay. Let me check that signal for you guys. I don't think there should be an issue with the signal, but we can always check. Hold on. Let's see. I checked the signal by just logging into hold on, that should be a little bit better. Give me 1 second. Let me check, okay? While we wait, check out this ad. Okay, we're back. How is that? Okay, that's a lot better. That's a lot better. I see it. That's a lot better. Okay, so I fixed it. All right, so let's get into this theory, okay? So let's get into this theory. Get my mic up. So This is what I wanted to say. Smash the like button, please, you guys. We the after hours now. We're in the after hours, okay? We're in the final stretch. Actually, we're not. We're probably gonna do this for a little bit. So so let's get into the theory. So Sparkle, right? Our theory that we're working with today comes to you, brought to you by your girl, my my umami. Okay. She's in the audience. If you see her on TikTok, make sure you send her a follow. So my umami is stating that, and me too. So I agree with you, my umami. We're not going to leave you out there high and dry. If you come up with a good, decent, half decent theory, and I like it, I'll ride with you till the wheels fall off. So the second half of that theory that I wanted to mention was that why did Jane Doe need immunity, right? What would she have needed immunity for? She didn't do anything. And what would her parents need immunity for? They, a court, right? Allegedly, they didn't do anything. So what would the immunity be for? For what? And how come if Sparkle is so guilty, why didn't Sparkle try to get immunity? Come on, you guys. Come on. What exactly is immunity? It means you cannot be prosecuted if they find evidence after the fact that you were involved in the commissioning or in the partaking of any sort of crime. So that's what immunity is. So if Sparkle is so guilty, how come in 2008 she wasn't fighting for immunity? And how come in 2008, I had to look it up, how come in 2008 when Jane Doe got on the stand to testify, how come she didn't say that Sparkle was dating Robert? Did you think of that? She didn't say it in 2008. All of a sudden in 2022, Sparkle and Robert laid up. I mean, just think about that for a second, you guys. Just think about that for a second. Why didn't she say that then? Which I'm not saying now, I want to make sure this is abundantly clear. Me and Umami and anyone else who is playing around with this conspiracy theory about Robert and Jane Doe and Sparkle, we're not saying that Jane Doe is not a victim. She most certainly is. She most certainly was very innocent in this. What the theory is stating is that it's the parents of Jane Doe who's facilitating all of this. They're facilitating the immunity. They're the ones getting the payoff. They're the ones who kept working with Robert after all of these. This tape right here. Remember, this is our tape for the evening. This tape right here, and those allegations came out. They're the only ones who have been able to get pay dirt out of this whole thing. When I went to look it up while I was going to get this and setting up my system, Sparkle got nothing. She didn't get immunity. She never got a Section 8 voucher. She never got money. She never got nothing. She got absolutely zero, big fat zero. So why would she start lying right now? Right? So let me get to some of your comments because I see the comments just. Okay, this is from A. Nicole says they could be charged with soliciting schmeshmaning. They could have been charged with a lot of things, but they got immunity at the federal level. So they got the golden ticket. This is from, is it Lace? Can you tell me how to pronounce your name? Can you like put the how do you say that? Phonetics? How do you pronounce it, your name? It's spelled Lacien. I'm sorry. Lacienega says that she was blackballed for standing up against the BS that everyone else was turning a blind eye to. Yes, you are correct. Please tell me how to pronounce your name. It's such a pretty name. Is it Diria? Diria? I hope I'm saying that right. Diria says La Cienega, like the street in Los Angeles. La Cienega. Thank you. Sparkle knew. You think so? Keep it up with culture? Keep it up with couture? I'm sorry. You think she knew? I think she did know, but I think that she is the one who released this tape right here. This is our Schmeshmeek. Okay. because you can't say that here on TikTok. They will literally demonetize me. And I think that she knew about it, and I think she's the one who released it. I do. I think that she's the one who released the tape. If you ask me, she released the tape so she could help her niece, Jane Doe. Right now I'm going to Twitter because I want to see what people are saying about Sparkle. Okay, here we go. Someone said Sparkle saying the niece is lying and doing her mom's dirty work, shaking my head. I agree. I think so. This is from Lovin' It 86 said the fact that Sparkle don't understand that Jane Doe re, re rec I don't know what word she's saying. Um changing, because that's the word, changing of what happened baffles me. For her to bash her niece after she was fine, that she finally admit it was her, shows me none of them protected her to this day, even though she's an adult. No, I totally agree. What is Sparkle? What was this Sparkle's niece? Yes, it was. Okay, let's see. Because TMZ also posted something too. TMZ just posted R. Kelly's former goddaughter testified he had that stuff with her dozens of times before she turned legal, starting at an unlegal age. Okay, because two of my videos got taken down: the R. Kelly Roberts trial, part 1 and part 2. Um, this is from Hoochie. Hoochie Poochie from Twitter. Hoochie Poochie says, Sparkle, her aunt, encouraged her niece to get close to Robert, and Robert is exactly where he belongs. We agree, but not on that whole thing. I don't know if I believe that part. I do believe that the Jane Doe is being manipulated by her mother. A. Nicole said, a shame we have to speak in code. I know. Isn't that kind of weird? Like you got to speak in code. Whitney says, what if Sparkle was these girls' only defense? Sparkle has stated that she lost a lot behind speaking out. She didn't go with the plan, so they left her out of the deal and she's not protected. I totally, Whitney, totally agree. Totally agree. Spot on with the comment. Spot on. Yes, she did. She wasn't with it. Sparkle was not with it. So when she was trying to basically protect her own, niece, Jane Doe, they basically just kind of blackballed her. It was like, no, you're not working with us. You're not working with us. So next time, if another trial does occur, we're just going to throw you under the bus. Because remember, you guys, think about it for a second. Sparkle didn't get immunity. She could have. She could have. She could have called the prosecutors herself at the time and just, she could have did that herself. She could have. She didn't. Because she didn't think in her head, oh, let me get immunity. That wasn't her first thought. Smash that like button, you guys. 138 you in the building. You say, sorry, look it up on IG. Look up what on IG, Latrice? I'm sorry. You said, look up Sean Day Edwards for pics of Jane and yes, Sparkle. I hope that's not her name. Unfortunately, I don't want to say Jane Doe's name in the chat because we're just trying to, for her own safety, we just want to kind of give her some anonymity, okay? Yo Girl Stretch says she said she was out of her, on her own in interviews. She who? If you can be a little bit more specific. Whitney said, that's just what I see. Yeah, you're right though, Whitney. I mean, that's what I see too. I don't know. Yvette says, do you think Jane's mom will take the stand? That's a really great question. That's a really great question. That's a really great question. Will she take? I don't know. I don't know. That's a great question. I literally have no idea. I doubt she would. I doubt she would. Is she Sparkle? Is who Sparkle? Jane Doe? No, Jane Doe is the niece from the 1998 tape. From the 1998 tape. Okay, from this tape. You know what tape I'm talking about. Jasmine said, I think she should. it's all on the prosecutors. The prosecutors can call any witness they want. So if they don't call her, then they don't call her. Now, Robert's attorney could subpoena her, but we don't know. Umami said Jane's mom probably won't take the stand. She won't endanger the money train. Well, the money train is already dried up. It's definitely dried up. It's definitely dried up. Jaleesa, hello, Jaleesa says, I was wondering why everybody calling her Jane when her real name is already out there, but I understand the respect and I like that she already going through enough. Yeah, so like, we don't want to contribute to that. I just don't want to be one of those people who contributes to that. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to contribute to that. But yeah, thank you. Super Cute Walker. Hey, Super Cute Walker says, I think she's taking the stand. You think so? Smash that like button, you guys. It's 139 of you in the building. You think the mom will really get up there? That's wild if she does. But remember, with our theory, right? The theory is that her mom is facilitating like all of this, right? Throwing Sparkle under the bus, basically saying Sparkle served her up like hot coffee, you know? And if that theory is true, right? If that theory is true, then that means that she also wants to get restitution. Restitution in this case would go to Jane Doe. So that's a possibility. That's a really good possibility. If the mom is, according to this theory, money hungry, she definitely would take the stand in order to solidify the case so she could file the restitution after the fact and then get a portion of the remainder of Robert's estate. Ty, hello, Ty, says Lisa Van Allen and the niece got immunity because they brought girls to Robert. Lisa leaked the tape. Who's Lisa? Lisa, her mom, got immunity because she was on the tape with the niece, which the niece was young at the time. Who's Lisa? And let us know. She's brown like me, says, if the mom gets up there, the prosecutors will break her down. Yeah, they would. They would break her down. You're right. La Cienega, now that I know how to say your name, La Cienega Boulevards. Got it. La Cienega Boulevards. Got it. Great name. Says Lisa was one of Kelly's other friends. Okay, that's who Lisa is. You think Lisa did? If she did, what would a young lady like Lisa at that age, right? Because if she is one of Jane Doe's friends, if she's the young, how did she get access to this tape? How did she get access to it? You know what I mean? Where would she have gotten it from? If Jane Doe didn't get it, how would Lisa have gotten it? That's my theory. Lisa stole the tape from him. But how? How? Can you walk me through that theory? How do you think it occurred? Octavia says, how did Jane Doe's father pass away? Could it have been planned? No, you guys. He was old. He probably died of like congenital heart failure. I don't know. Something old. But he was an old man. He was an old man. Ty says, Lisa stole some tapes from Robert, which showed her and Sparkle's niece. She was the other man who wanted money. She was the other woman who wanted money. I wonder how she did it though, at a young age as a kid. Because remember, this tape right here came out in 1998. At the time, Jane Doe and her friend would have been like 14. So how did a 14-year-old get this, right? When we listened to the court transcripts, they said that he had cameras in his fire extinguisher. I'm sorry, in his smoke detector, and it was routed. It was wired to a specific room that led to like a security system. So how did she get access to it as a child? You understand what I mean? That's the part I would be thinking. How does she know where to find it? How does she know? Was it labeled? Whatever the girl's name is. Let's call her TV and Jane Doe. Date 1999. Like, how does she know what tape it was? Because if he had dozens of them, let's say we go with this theory, and he had dozens of these. How does she know which one it was? You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Like, how would she have known where it was when allegedly he had hidden cameras with a hidden room with security footage to capture that video? How would she know as a young 14-year-old, this is the tape? It's this one. How would she know? He had dozens of hours of them. You know what I mean? So that theory, no, probably not. Somebody who knew specifically the nature of these tapes would have gotten access to it, because they would have been had to have, one, know he was recording, and two, known where it was routed. We're talking about the 90s, you guys. We're not talking about iPhones where you just take somebody's cell phone and bam, you got their tape. You would have to have found the security room, found where all the wires were connected, find out where it was being streamed on the VHS, then have it categorized, named, date. There's no way a 14-year-old could have done that. That's impossible. I don't know if I could believe that theory. I do believe it was leaked, obviously. It definitely got out of R. Kelly's hands. But I don't think a 14-year-old had the wherewithal to do it. She was 17, even a 17-year-old, to be honest with you. I'm gonna be straight up and down with you. I don't think a child mastered that. Also, too, the child having this tape, right? It got to a very large adult production company, if you know what I mean. So how would a 17-year-old, how would a 17-year-old know to give that tape to an adult production company? Do you see what I mean? How would she know? Like, it's not in the phone book. You're not going to find an adult production company in a phone book. So if we go with your theory, she knew about the smoke detectors that were rigged up. She knew where the security room was, where that video footage was fed through. She knew which out of probably hundreds of VHS tapes that came through that video feed. She knew exactly which one this was. She knew exactly which adult production company to give it to. How would she have gotten in contact with the adult production company? I don't think she did it. Because remember, you guys, it's 1998. So it's not like it's a video that you can just share quickly and seamlessly on your iPhones, and then somehow an adult production company gets it, right? In order for this tape to have been master copy the way it was, the adult production company had to have the original. They had to have had the original tape. There's no way in 1998, with technology in its infancy, that production company got it in the hands of a 17-year-old. It's impossible. I'm sorry, but I don't believe that theory. There's no way. There's not even a connection to her and to this company. There's no way. This is from La Cienega. Said she didn't put the tape out. When she took the tape, he sent someone to get it back, and she was afraid, so she gave it back to him. Then how did it get out? How did the rest of America see it? New theory: Robert fired security guard, or a trusted staff stole it, sent it to. That's what I think. The reason why I believe that is because somebody had to know where the room was that was recording all that footage. The way that houses are built with security rooms, the security room's not next to your bathroom, you guys. The security room is typically usually like in an off-beaten room downstairs next to your office or your study. Because remember, that was it was a $3.8 million home. So at the time, I promise you, his security room, as big as that house was in Chicago, was not next to his bathroom. So wherever that footage was being fed at, it was sent somewhere else in a different portion of his home, where he would be able to retrieve his security footage. So it's not like he was like, oh, tape, let me itemize it because my security room is next to my bathroom. No, somebody had to know where that room was. Someone had to have maybe security who probably on average plays back that footage. You know what I mean? Or Robert had it with him. But because the only security footage he had was in his bedroom, then that means that security couldn't have taken it because no one was reviewing the footage. If you only have I only have a camera. Well, I have cameras all over my house, but my camera footage, I only view it. If I had a security team, they would review it. But if I had a camera specifically in my bedroom, No one's reviewing that footage but me. Okay, let's just be realistic. So if he did have it in his bedroom, it's more likely that he's the only one reviewing the footage. Now, someone stated that he had it in a workout duffel bag, that and 4 other tapes. That's what I was looking up while I was trying to get all set up. So someone is stating that he had it. So maybe he just watched it as a playback because he's just like, trifling. But maybe somebody took it because they probably thought he had like a bootleg movie, or he had like, maybe somebody took it because they thought like, oh, this is probably one of his music videos and he's probably looking at it before it goes to production. And then they saw that and they were like, what? Because remember when it first had came out, no one suspected Jane Doe was itty bitty. Let's just say that, itty bitty. But then the rumor came out like that video that y'all was watching, this tape y'all was watching, that itty bitty, that lady, that itty bitty person is itty bitty. So then that's when people were like, holy cow. Some people say it's his brother. It was 4 tapes total. That's right. Yes, that they found. Okay, let's just. I want to be abundantly clear. 4 that they found, honey. That's so crazy too. That's so crazy. It's just so crazy that tape got out and that like it got circulated far and wide and nobody realized what they were watching. Thank God. I thank my lucky stars I never seen it. S Wood said, whoever took the video mailed it. Journalist, not to a journalist. This tape right here. The reason why I'm saying this reference is because I'm just trying not to like get banned. So this tape right here, so that the algorithm realizes that we're talking about this cartridge. So this tape right here was sent to an adult production company. It was not sent to journalists, you guys. When it came out initially, it came out as like a Paris Hilton, that One Night in Paris video, or that Kim Kardashian video. That's how it was sold. It was sold as, look what we got our hands on. And then someone was like, what's the age of that other participant in that video? And then that's when everyone was like, pull it from the shelves. So it got pulled from shelves immediately because people were like, what is this? You know what I mean? I'm sure that production company, whoever they were, probably got into a tailspin of trouble by the feds. Oh gosh, you are distributing. Oh gosh, you know what I mean? So like, Latrice says the tape right there was also mailed to a detective here in Chicago. That tape right here. This tape right here was mailed to officer in Chicago. Crazy. Wendy Lane says his wife's family reported her missing in the 90s after they got married. It was in the newspaper and everything. Whose wife's family? Who are you referring to? Super Q Walker says the plain Jane here on YouTube breaks the trail down day by day. You should check it out. The trail of what? CK says, well, darn, he locked all these MFs up. That's why I said, if y'all ever don't be out here proudly saying you watched it. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Check out what Ty Zimmon said. Okay. Let me scroll up. Ty says, yes, she said it in the documentary. She said what? Ty said Kelly had left the room with the video camera in there, and she said that she pressed play and she saw the tape and the girl and took it. I don't know what that means. The girl and took it. Who took it? Jane Doe. Ex-wife found the tape and sent it out. Who? Andrea? Drea. Yes, Drea fell off the map and her family didn't hear from her. He was going crazy in the basement while the kids were upstairs. Can y'all see me? I'm wondering if she takes calls in. Yeah, I take calls. We do. We take calls, you guys. We have a Nosy Bystander tip line, so you can actually call us. Yes, it's a home phone. Yes, we take calls. It's not on speaker. It's not on speaker. But I'll hear you. Everybody else they might hear you muffled. We don't got no speakerphone. Okay, the phone was $19.99. Give me the number. You got a tip, Mrs. Bex? Okay. What's your tip? Our phone number, I can't say it out. I can't say it here on YouTube because it would be considered doxing. But if you go to our website, nosybystanders.com, if you scroll to the bottom, you got just go to your phone. You scroll to the bottom. Our phone number's there. You guys, we have an office number. Is it the number from TikTok? From TikTok. My phone number's on our website at nosy by this. The our in the description below. Click the description below. It'll take you directly to the website. You scroll down and call. You said if she minded blowing to me that it took that long for him to get exposed, canceled the jail time. The power of money reigns until it comes out. So who are you guys alleging released the this tape right here? Ty said, watch the documentary one more time, especially when Lisa Van Allen comes up. It would explain how the tape got out, and she was around 1920, but the guy that she moved with leaked it. Interesting. Can you pull up Lisa's segment on the documentary for us to see? Not here on YouTube, unfortunately, because of copyright infringement. So I wouldn't be able to pull it up. I did watch it earlier today, but I do encourage you guys in the chat to watch it. But no, I couldn't play it here. Unfortunately, I can't do that. They would literally just stop the live. Like, because my channel here is monetized, I actually have like a community manager who monitors the live, right? So if I play music that's not like royalty free, or I play like a clip from a show that's like has copywritten, then they just shut the live off. So I can't, unfortunately, no. But I encourage you guys to watch it, and I'm going to watch it after we finish our live up today. My Omami says, okay, you mentioned the tip line on your TikTok live before. Does your phone have call waiting? Yes, it does. I do have a tip line. Yes, we do have a tip line. We do. If you go to Nosy, y'all don't waste no time. Hello. Yes, I can hear you. Okay. Okay, I'm going to transcribe what you're saying. So this anonymous tip is going back to when the tape came out. This tape right here. Okay. Okay, so you're saying that Sparkle put the tape out. Okay. As revenge. Okay. Oh, okay. As revenge. Okay. Yeah. With our with Robert. Yes. Got you. Okay. Yes, I'm asking how did the tape get out? Okay. Yes. Okay. So you're saying that Your theory, okay, this no, or this is what you know, right? You're stating that she Sparkle put this tape out to kind of get back at Robert because he had Jane Doe staying in his home. Okay. Yes. Uh-huh. Yes. Oh wow. Yeah, yeah. Now that I did know. I did know. So you're talking her name is in this current trial now, they classified her by the name of Pinky, Pinky. That's what they're calling her in this current trial. And they said that's Pinky. So yes, Pinky was in this tape right here, you guys. Yes. Okay, great theory. Okay. Okay. You're not on speaker, so you don't have to worry about censoring yourself. Ooh, okay. Yes. Okay, yeah, that's right. We did see his house in detail on MTV. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. So he had the tape out like loosely laying around and someone. Yeah. 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 Got you. Okay. No, no, I got you. Now all of that I already know. I already know all of that premises. I just wanted to hear your theory on who you think leaked the tape because that's really where we're at, right? Like who and you think it was Sparkle out of revenge. Got you. I I got that part. Got you. Got you. But you do understand it came out in 1999. The original tape, this is according to the prosecutor, it's a VHS. It's a VHS tape. So what I'm trying to tell you is that when we talk about and theorize who has this tape, like who it's a physical tape. So that's what I'm trying to like get people to have this understanding for. It's not your cell phone. It's a physical tape. Yes. Yes. Now I remember that. Hmm. Yes. Oh. And you think Sparkle stole the luggage? Uh-huh. Okay. Yeah, but I understand. Okay, so let me say this because I just want to make sure because I want to get to the next caller. So let me just say this. She couldn't have revealed, she couldn't, if she did release it, remember the tape was not released to the news outlets. The tape was released to an adult company to distribute and sell. So, okay, okay. So you think, so hold on, I just want to wrap this up. You think Sparkle sold the tape and got money for it? That's what your theory is. I just want to make sure we get to because I want to make sure we get to the next caller. I appreciate you calling in, but okay. Yeah. 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 Yeah, she was being paid. Yeah. Yes. Got you. Okay, so listen, our our line is ringing. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you. I'm going to share yes. Yes. Yeah, I agree. She definitely. Thank you so much for your tip. I don't know if you'll leave it anonymous, but just let us know who you are. Mrs. Vex. Okay, y'all. Show her some love in the chat. Thank you so much for your tip. And we'll see you in the chat. Thank you. So I'm about to share your theory with everyone. So her theory is hold on one second. Hold on. Hold on one second. Y'all in this tip line. I y'all need to hold on one second. Let me call this tipster back really quick. Y'all called my Your call has been forwarded not, to an automated not, not her sending us to voicemail. Hold on. I encourage y'all to call our tip called my cell phone. This is my private number. Okay. This is the number I sleep in bed with. Call this number. And I'll be able to take your so everyone can hear you. So y'all, because y'all are annoying as all heck. Hold on. She probably don't know it's me. Hello. Hi, this is the Nosy Bystanders. We got a missed call from this number.
Yeah, this is Umami. You don't have to say my name if you don't want to. Then.
You're on speaker, so hello, Umami.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Say hello to the Nosy Bystanders listening in. They can hear you. I'm great.
Oh, okay, Nosy Bystanders. Nosy is, I don't know if we can say that.
Nosy yes. Girl, don't get us banned.
Oh, I know. So, the whole thing that I had, because when I watched her, when you had played her little video, she just looked so hurt.
Yeah,
and
she
then
did.
The pieces, because I do like fraud investigations and risk management. And you try to put the pieces of things together.
Yeah.
She had no benefit, but it was almost like vengeance. And maybe she got money from selling the tape. Maybe she didn't. I don't think that's what it was. I think she knew the police.
Who knew?
Sparkle. She knew that Kelly had the police in his pocket.
Yes.
And that no one's going to listen to her. So what better way to put that out there? Because that's when those tapes back then were popular. There was the Pamela Anderson tape.
Yeah.
Other ones.
One Night in Paris. That's right.
So they're going to put it out there. They don't care where it comes from. Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee, they sued that one company and won millions because they released their tape.
Yes. So now, before you get there, let me tell everyone, smash that like button, everybody. And also, I want to go over our last caller, the last caller. Let me go over her tip with you, Umami, and everybody in the chat, and then let's play around with this theory. Okay. So her theory was fantastic. That's why I was just like, I wanted to listen to it. Her theory was fantastic. So she kind of laid out the full dichotomy of what was going on. And she says that she believes that because R. Kelly, according to R. Kelly's brother, I think his brother's name is Kerry, he stated that R. Kelly enjoyed watching these tapes right here, right? Like playing them back. And he had them in a duffel bag, and that duffel bag went missing, according to Kerry. Kerry also stated that it kind of made Robert incredibly sick to his stomach that he had lost that duffel bag. And our tipster stated that they believe that Sparkle took that duffel bag with these infamous tapes and then basically, I don't want to say the word blackmail, but basically did that to Robert and ended up selling them. So our tipster thinks that Sparkle sold them to that mature production company. Yes. Go ahead, Umami. Hello.
No, you're right. Yeah, sold them to the mature adult production company because they wouldn't censor. They wouldn't blur faces. They would put all of his business out there.
That's right. Especially if the production company didn't know that it was a teeny tiny person in that tape,
Yeah. Well, wasn't it only one tape that got leaked? Not multiple tapes, just the one tape with her niece.
So the 4 tapes got leaked to the police. The one tape got leaked to the public.
Right. But when was the time? I guess I don't know the timeline from when the police got the 4 tapes to when the production company got one tape.
So the production company released that one in 1998.
Okay.
Then the narrative changed once people started questioning the individuals in the tape's age. And they were like, well, how old is this person? By 2001, That's when the
Okay.
age became, they're like, what's the age? They're like, what's the age? So the federal government started investigating. They were able to determine, according to them, this person is not of age. And they stripped the tape from history as we know it. And then in 2002, Mr. Robert gets indicted. So that's so the tape wasn't out very long at all.
Right.
Oh, 2002, the bootleg was released.
The fear that she had to Sparkle to have, to know that she's going up against this like titan that runs Chicago.
He does run Chicago.
Can't save her niece. She doesn't have a relationship with her sister or her brother-in-law. Like the family is like extricated her from their lives, and then they're having Thanksgiving with him, R. Kelly. Like, can you imagine like eating mashed potatoes next to that man? And these people are like stomaching that day in and day out.
Because they were really after the money. So let me make a retraction. So the chat says that March of 2002, the bootleg, I love that. I remember that, the bootleg was released. But also in 2002, he was also indicted. So it was that quick? How did it get, who would release that, knowing that that indictment was out at the same time? That's messed up. That's,
people trying to make a quick buck on
wait,
situations.
If the indictment came out in 2002 and the bootleg, we'll call it the bootleg, and the bootleg came out in 2002.
Is that timeline right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
The bootleg came out in 2002, March of 2002, according to Wink Badu. Hello, Wink. Hi. We didn't even see you in the chat. Hello, Wink Badu. And the indictment came out in 2002, and then he didn't go to trial till 2008 because they were compiling data.
Right.
The only people who would have had access to that tape would have been the grand jury and the police.
So remember back in this, I'm dating myself because in 1998 I was in high school. You had the two VCRs, right? You had the VCR, you put the tape in, and you had the other VCR where you dubbed the tape. So is the bootleg a dubbed original?
No.
Someone have one for safekeeping?
Oh, heck no. Wink Badu said, no, it was the original. Because remember, we're talking about 2002, and not a whole lot of people had the technology to be dubbing VHSs. You know what I mean? Wink Badu said in June of 2002 was the indictment. So March, April, May, June. So 3 months later, the only people who would have, you guys, do you know how long it takes for an indictment and a grand jury?
Years.
Years. So that means that the only people who would have had access to that video technically was the grand jury and the police and the person who turned it over to them.
Right. Unless.
Now remember, I mean,
department.
That's what I'm saying, because look what happened with Kobe Bryant's wife.
Right.
Listen, no police and grand jury members. Remember, grand jury members are made up of lawyers. So no police and grand jury members are above the curve. They can be trifling enough to, you understand what I mean?
Yeah. A stick it to them kind of a thing. And wow. This is awesome. Like, I like that we can all have this conversation and everyone's putting their 2 cents in, everyone's being respectful.
Yes.
And looking at it from different perspectives, because originally I was like upset with Sparkle, and then when you play her tape, and then I was like, and I almost didn't send a message. I was like, what if?
Yeah, no, but you're right, because no offense to anyone else's theory, including my own, but nothing made sense until you chimed in. That's why I took a picture of the text you sent, because I'm like, because I'm being honest, like it literally, like everything fit. It fit perfectly. Your theory, it's like, well, as soon as you said it, all of the blocks just started falling into place, and I'm like, hold up now, everything's making sense. Let me get to some of the comments, and I'll read some of the comments to you. Also, you guys, I put the tip line. I'll turn it around so they don't see your number, Umami. I put the tip line in the chat, so go ahead and call the tip line so we can hear from you, okay? This is from La Cienega Boulevard. La Cienega says, that's not true at all. She's not cool with them because they wouldn't cooperate in the first trial and kept working with him. Pamela Carnegie, is it Carnegie or Carnegie, says Robert arrested in Florida was in 2003. So he had some tapes and photos then. CK says, did we forget that Robert would have been in chapter 1 classes? What's chapter 1 classes? Easily swindled and outsmarted? Oh, chapter 1 classes. Got you. Yeah, because he can't, he's illiterate. He can't read nor can he write.
Right.
Courtney, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Courtney Johnson says, I think Elisa from the Surviving series is one that leaked the tapes. She had it in her possession. Yeah. But I listen, I don't know if she could have leaked it because remember, you guys, it was a hard copy. In order for her to be able to leak it, right? In order for her to be able to leak it, she would have had to dub it like Umami said, give a copy to the police and then give a copy to the person who distributed it. I don't think that's possible in 2002. I'm just being honest with you, especially with a VHS. No one has the time or the wherewithal to do it. I think if she gave it to the police, it's a good chance someone in the police department or somebody in the prosecutor's office leaked it. I'm just going to be straight up and down with y'all because I'm having a hard time believing that tape was brought to the public in March. The indictment comes 3 months later. Ain't nobody doing all of that. Remember, all humans take the path of least resistance. So we're not doing the most. We always do what we say, work smarter, not harder. We're not taking the most cryptic path. We're just doing the easiest thing, right? So if it's just me giving this to a mature production company, I'm going to give it to a mature production company. I'm not going to go dub it and make 12 copies. I'm not doing all of that. And in 3 months, you have to do that before. And remember, the indictment came out in 2002 in June, but they were working on that indictment, you guys. Who knows when?
And felony indictments especially take years.
So they had to have wind of it at least in 1998 is my best guess. In 1998, they had to get wind of that VHS, that bootleg, if you will. So let's just say, for example, they heard about it in 1999. They started putting the paper trail together. It gets released in who's calling from Chicago? Not Robert calling. I'm just kidding. Okay, Umami, I'm gonna let you go. Let me get this next tip line in. Thank you again, and give us a call back. Okay. Hello, welcome to Nosy Bystander's tip line. This is your chief nosy bystander. How can I help you?
Hi, I am from Chicago. I want to remain anonymous, but I have a little bit of info.
Yes.
So you are correct about the tape probably being, I guess, made in 1998. If I remember correctly, because I'm a little bit younger than the young lady that was unfortunately in the tape, it was sent to a reporter in the Sun-Times newspaper originally.
Okay.
Now, how it got leaked from the Sun-Times office, no one knows, but it did. And around 2001, 2002, it was in the streets here heavy. And that's when everything started coming down on R. Kelly.
Wow. Okay. So y'all know, listen, I appreciate that anonymous tip line lady. So we'll call you anonymous tip line lady. So according to anonymous tip line lady, it was released to the Sun-Times. Now remember, you guys, media does get discretion because of their First Amendment rights, and they have that anonymity. So whoever if you leak something to the press, they do not, under their constitutional rights, have to tell the police or anyone who leaked it. They simply have that discretion or anonymity. So we kind of have that over here. So that's why we get to allow you to remain anonymous, right? We are considered a media company, if you will. So they got it. Okay. So let's track down where this bootleg, because that's the name of what we're going to call it. We're trying to figure out where this bootleg came from, because that's really where the mystery lies. So according to anonymous lady, the bootleg got from Robert's house to the Sun-Times. Does anybody know when the Sun-Times got it? Do we know?
Now that I don't know, but I also know that, and I'm almost certain that was one of the tapes that was found in a duffel bag.
Okay.
And if I remember correctly, this duffel bag was mentioned in the documentary.
Okay. Okay, hold on one second. So let me, okay, because I do remember that. Now I'm pulling it up. Okay, okay, okay. Now we don't know when the Sun Times got the tape, but the Sun Times wasn't there a Sun Times reporter in the
It was a
docuseries?
reporter. Yes, it was him.
Got you.
And if I remember correctly, he's the one that sent it to the police. Now, of course, we don't know when this timeline was. We don't know if
We
it was
do.
before the duffel bag was found or afterwards. But I do know he sent it to the police, and that around 2001, 2002, here in Chicago, it hit the streets heavy. Like, unfortunately, everybody saw it. And also because I was in the same age group as the young lady, a lot of people knew and know who she is. So it was just a very unfortunate situation.
Okay, so let me give you some tea while you're on the line here, anonymous lady. So I pulled up that reporter. I pulled it up, and I'm gonna pull it up on the screen if you're watching and also calling in. I'm gonna pull it up here on the big screen. I found the original article from the Chicago Sun Times. I'm gonna share it with everybody here. Hold on, let me move my head out the way. Okay, so Miss Anonymous, our Mr. Robert, okay, Mr. Robert right here, in February 7th of 2002, Jim, I think his last name is Derogatis, maybe I'm saying that right, released this article in the Sun Times. That's February 7th of 2002. This is the original article. Now, remember,
Yes.
the tape so from February 7th, the tape gets released March of 2002, the next month. 3 months later, the indictment comes, right?
Mhm.
So now we're tracking it. How did this tape, this bootleg, okay, you see that? That says March 7th of 2002. So I don't want to make sure everybody sees it. So how did this bootleg, okay, get from the Sun Times to the streets of Chicago? How?
That's the $1 million question.
Okay, we got another tip. I appreciate that, Miss Anonymous. We got another tip. Let let them in, okay? And give us a call back. We're up all night. Okay.
All right.
All right. Bye-bye. Hello. Welcome to Nosy Bystanders live show. I'm your chief nosy bystander. How can I help you?
Hey, this is me, Shona.
Okay. So there's a little bit of playback. So I don't know if can you mute or
I'll turn it down. I'll turn it down now.
Okay.
So
Yes.
just to cover,
Just to make it more complicated.
just to cover the copying of the VHS tapes. Seriously, back then everybody was copying tapes.
Okay.
We went to Radio Shack and bought a VCR for $85 because I'm that old. And you stayed at Radio Shack to get a spare cable so you can connect two VCRs together, the one that you already had, and $85 cheaper one because it was a throwaway. You went over to who was that? Any video rental place, Blockbuster, any mom and pop video rental place, and you copy video tapes all night long. There was a way that you could block it if they had broken off a piece in the back of that tape. So if they broke off this little piece in the back of the VHS tape, in theory, you could. There was a workaround for that, but everybody was doing it.
Okay. Okay, so that's great. So now that we kind of got a timeline of how it's done, because again, although I'm a millennial, I don't remember how to bootleg anything. So, okay, so now that we have you on the line, we found the original article. It was February 7th of 2002. The question is, right, how did the tape get from the Sun Times in Chicago to the mass public less than 21 days later, right? Because February is only 28 days. It was already February 7th when that article came out. So how in 21 days? That was quick, right?
I think the guy who turned it over to the paper, he copied it before he gave it to him.
And then
he had to see what he had before he turned it over. And once he knew what he had, all he had to do was just go copy it. You know,
if he
down the street had a copy.
So
with a copy in 2 seconds.
Okay.
So long.
No, I'm not saying, I'm not talking about the distribution of the tape. If the person
Yeah.
releases the tape to the Sun Times, in the Sun Times, the person states to the journalist, this is minor, this is a minor individual. So why would, if they knowing that, right? Knowing that they're turning this paper over, this tape over, saying, hey, here's this bootleg. I think there's a minor on here, right? Why would they then distribute it? That makes no sense, right? So someone in the Sun Times had to have leaked it. You couldn't consciously say, I'm turning this over to the Sun Times because I think that I'm in possession of some paraphernalia. Let's call it paraphernalia, okay? And then say, I got it. However, I got it. Here, review this and let us know what it is. And then say, all right, I'm gonna sell it on the street. No, that doesn't make any sense. You either have a conscience and you're trying to do the right thing, or you don't.
I think that the guy who gave it over to the Times caught it before he gave it to them,
Uh-huh.
had no conscience, and then realized the money that he could make and sold it to an adult. What were we calling it? An adult distributor?
Yeah, adult productions. We call it mature production company.
Yeah, because back then everybody was going to do something to make money. So
Yeah.
he sees a way, 2 ways he'll make money: selling it to the adult community, and then possibly make a couple dollars giving it to the newspaper.
No, you don't get any money turning over a tip to newspaper.
Yeah.
Newspaper, we don't. I most certainly don't pay for tips. And the Sun Times would definitely not pay for tips. Now, if it was the National Enquirer, I would believe they would pay for a tip. But this is a reputable journalist company. So I highly doubt that they would have gave him cash on hand, him or her cash on hand for it. I think the person who turned it over probably really was like, I think there's something to this. You should really review it. And then maybe they turned it over to police. But let's just say, for example, if the person turned it over to 2 trusted sources, the authorities and the media, how did it then get to the public? Because if those are 2 trusted sources, right? The media and the public, the police, how did it get to us? Or how did it get to y'all, whoever watched it? But how did it get to the streets? How did the bootleg get out? That's where my question lies, because I feel like that's where the mystery is. You understand what I mean? Interesting. So let me let you go. We're going to start reading this. We're going to read this. I appreciate that she's brown like me. I know I got to quit calling you by your government name when you call in. Also, too, I sent you that paperwork today. Let me know when you get it.
Okay, I'll check the office email tonight.
Okay. All right, you guys. Tip line is open. If you got the number in the chat, please give us a call here at Nosy Bystander. I guess it's a live radio show now. Taking tips. So let's get into this Chicago Sun-Times article. So I'll pull it up here. I'm going to give you guys just a snippet of it, and then I'm going to just read it. So just follow along. Okay. So give me one moment. Let me pull it up for you. It's wild. This is a wild day. It's a wild day. Okay. One second. I do actually like having you guys call in. It makes the show go a lot faster, and I really appreciate everyone's theories. So I need that. I need you all calling. Call in. If you call the number in the chat. Okay. This is just a portion of it. I'm going to read past this, but this is just enough for you guys to follow along. Okay. Give me one moment. Okay. Oh, where is it? One second. I thought it popped up. Okay, here we go. 1 click, Steph, not 2. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to read this article. You guys follow along. Let me get to Nosy Radio. Let me get to some of your questions in the chat and comments, and then we are going to just follow along and read this, okay? Because I know I missed a lot of them while we were getting all these juicy chats in. Also, you guys, smash that like button. 171 in the building. Smash that like button for more calls. Keeps the lights and the phone on. This is from This is from Latrice G. Latrice G says, at the time, we didn't know she was a youngin when it was being distributed. That's correct. A lot of people did not know that. Brittany Reed said, power and money. I agree. Pamela Carnegie, I hope I'm saying that right, says, whoever gave it to the Times had another copy. Let me ask you guys this. Do you think the person who gave it to the Times was trying to make a quick buck and distribute it? The delegation agrees this live is in the delegation agrees with the live interaction. What's the live interaction, CK? You guys said yes, absolutely, most definitely. Okay, let's read this article. Let's get into this article. Okay. This article is brought to you by the Sun-Times. Granted, it's about 20 years old, but follow along. Chicago police are investigating whether R&B superstar Robert, part of today's opening act at the Winter, he was at the Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City, had blank with a blank girl on a bootleg. Okay. Take that as you will. 26 minutes and 29 seconds, which was sent anonymously to the Sun-Times last week. So the video came February 1st. If this article was produced on February 7th, that means that the Sun-Times got it February 1st. Shows the singer-songwriter performing acts, and there you have it. I can't even say the rest. Robert was the lifetime act at Soldier Field during the Bears-Eagles game about 3 weeks ago, singing the world's greatest single from his recent movie, Ali. Allegations of blank and blank have dodged Robert throughout his career, which I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that that was something he was battling throughout his career, including a brief marriage to his then Aaliyah, who died in a plane crash in August. The lady in the video now was identified by her aunt, who said that her niece would have been at the time the tape was made. So Sparkle came out quick and said it was her. Okay, this is 2002. Wow. Sparkle was quick and said that it was her niece. Sparkle said this 20 years ago. Kelly can also be heard on the tape referring to the girl by her first name. The names of the girls and the aunt are being withheld by the Sun-Times to protect the family's privacy, although they are known to the police. Chicago first began investigating allegations about Kelly and these ladies 3 years ago. $99. We were right. So they've been investigating him since 1999. I believe Sparkle. I believe her. I'm sorry. She got it right here. She has a track record of telling the same story for 20 years. She has a track record of telling you guys, she has a track record of telling the same story for 20 years. That is a crazy story to tell if you're a liar. Yeah. I believe Sparkle. Let me continue. Chicago police first been investigating this and him and Robert and the lady for 3 years. At the time, both the lady and her parents denied that she was having relations with Robert. Without hard evidence or eyewitness testimony, police and prosecutors are unable to press charges. Now, with the video, authorities tell the Sun-Times they are more optimistic about building a case against Robert. Illinois state statute prohibits adults from engaging in that type of stuff with people under the age of 17. It's actually a felony. Kelly's attorney, John Tooley, said that the tapes are a forgery. Any tape you have is a fake. This is what his attorney said. Any tape you got is a fake. Any bootleg you got is a fake. We find the timing of these events to be extremely suspicious, said his attorney. I would imagine that the police will do their job. Okay. A professional video maker told the Sun Times the chances of fabricating a phony video that goes on for that long with Robert's face and his voice are slim to none. 26 minutes of putting someone else's face and hands on someone else's body for that long, well, you're probably talking about hundreds of thousands of hours of frames and manipulation to make that work. According to the court records and the interviews first published by the Sun Times expose in December of 2000, Robert had repeatedly used his wealth and fame and influence as a pop star to meet women. Kelly has twice been sued by Chicago women claiming they suffered personal injuries and severe emotional harm because of their relationship. Tiffany Hawkins sued Kelly for $10 million in 1996, charging that he convinced her to drop out of high school, and you know the rest. And he encouraged her to participate in these group acts. Y'all know the rest. Kelly met Hawkins when Robert met Hawkins when he went back to his alma mater, the Kennywood Academy in Hyde Park, to speak to the school's choir. The girl was a freshman at the school at the time they met. Sources say Hawkins' suit was settled. He settled with her. He settled with her for $250,000 in 1998. Hawkins gave a 7-hour deposition to prosecutors. The Sun-Times spoke to a friend of Hawkins who confirmed Hawkins' charges and said that Robert had, with her and a few other girls in the choir. Even as the Sun-Times writes these allegations, the singer was continuing to elicit relationships with Jane Doe, according to a civil suit in Cook County Circuit Court in August. During my relationship with Robert, I lost it. And you know what she lost? Tracy Sampson said in her suit, I was lied to by him. I was coerced into receiving, you know what that is. I did not want to, but he made me. I was often treated as a personal object and cast aside. He would tell me to come to his studio, and so I did. He often tried to control every aspect of my life, including who I would see and where I would go. Sampson's lawsuit was filed in August by the same attorney who represented Hawkins. August also was convinced to drop out of high school. Wow. Sampson was an intern at Epic Records in 2000. That's where she met Robert at his Chicago track studio. They held no punches. Let me get to the comments. I know the comments is the comments is going, honey. The comments stay going. Hold on, let me update that. Let me hear from y'all. Wendy Lane said, Susan E. logging handled all of the cases back then. Oh, Susan did, yeah. Lisa James says, you don't settle if you're innocent. You don't settle if you're innocent. I want to know how it got from the Sun Times. I want to know how that tape got from the Sun Times to the public. I want to know. I want to know how it got from the Sun Times to the public. Now remember, the bootleg was made in 1998, 1999. Okay, so let's just say that. Police started investigating in 1999, according to the Sun Times. So from 1999 to 2002, that tape stayed hidden. Remember that I just read in that article, the police said now that we have access to this bootleg, we can really start applying pressure. Because remember, according to the police who spoke with the Sun-Times, they didn't have the bootleg. So the only people who could have released that video is somebody at the Sun-Times. The video was released 21 days later. 21 days later. So the police are out. They are claiming they didn't have it until the Sun-Times called them and spoke with them and turned it over to them. The Sun-Times turned it over to them, not the anonymous person. According to the Sun-Times, it was sent in, so a person didn't physically drop it off. So we don't know if it was male or female. The Sun-Times got some explaining to do. I don't think that the person who submitted it in, I think it was Sparkle, y'all. I think it was Sparkle. Because how exactly think about it. The Sun-Times gets a random bootleg in the mail. How would the Sun-Times know to call the aunt and be like, is this your niece? They wouldn't know that. The aunt called the Sun-Times because remember, the Sun-Times got the bootleg February 1st. The article wasn't released till February 7th. But from February 1st to February 7th, the Sun-Times knew who the aunt was. So it was only a matter of 7 days. As soon as they got the tape, they knew the auntie and the alleged Jane Doe. It was Sparkle. She could have gotten it anyway. She could have gotten it from Jane Doe, right? Remember, it was in a duffel bag it wasn't even in a duffel bag. We don't know how the person got it. We don't even know. I got to go back to watch that series. We know the Sun-Times got it in the mail. They said it was mailed to us. From the 1st to the 7th, the Sun-Times knew the aunt and knew the victim and kept them anonymous. It was Sparkle. Sparkle sent it to the Sun-Times, you guys. Yeah, she did. She doesn't want to admit to it, but she did. That doesn't make any sense. Someone's lying because according to the Sun-Times called the police. I'll go back to the article. I just read it. The Sun-Times called the police and informed them of the tape. The officer states, now we can really start applying pressure because they didn't have it. If you get a random tape of a person on it, what would possess the police to be like, hey, Sparkle, we got a tape. Is this your niece? They would have known that. You have to know who the victim is in order to be able to find who is related to her. So Sparkle's lying. Sparkle turned that tape over. There's no way for the police to just randomly call Sparkle and be like, hey, yo, Sparkle. Somebody get Sparkle on the phone. Sparkle, is this your niece? No, they wouldn't know that. You wouldn't know that. Nobody would know that. Okay, so Sparkle's lying. She's lying. She turned that tape over to them. She turned it over to the Sun-Times as well. She did. The Sun-Times also stated they sent a copy to the police, but I'm assuming the police probably already had it. Lisa says, it may compromise her safety if she admits to it. Exactly. She's not going to admit to that. I wouldn't. Talia Walker, hello Talia, said they leaked it. The cops were dirty, and if the public didn't see it, nothing would have been done. Do you think so? You think they leaked it on purpose so that they can get the support of the city to do it? They were going to prosecute him anyway. Why would they need the city to? Because everyone loved R. Kelly. Because everybody loved R. Kelly. You onto something. How do you take down one of the most beloved singers of all of Chicago history. You know what I mean? Because even now, that tape's 20 years old, right? Even now, that bootleg's 20 years old. Even in the trial now, the judge won't even let it play in court. He said only the jury can watch it. That's how sensitive it is. But if you watch it, you'll be like, that's Robert. Because the city, because they were playing, okay, you guys, so let me explain to you. Now, I have to put my political science hat on, because if you don't know, if you're new here, I am a political scientist, right? So let me put my political science hat on. In the United States, there are 2 courtrooms. You see that? 2. There are 2 courtrooms. A lot of people don't know that, but there are actually 2 courtrooms, and it's not conspiracy theory. There are 2 courtrooms, both recognized by the United States Supreme Court here in the United States: the Court of Law and the Court of Public Opinion. And yes, both are recognized by the United States Supreme Court, because the Court of Public Opinion is the reason why we have so many different rules and regulations that occurs in the court of law. So sometimes you can have media in the court, and sometimes you can't, because sometimes the judge thinks that if the media is there, then the media will share the footage of the court, and then that will sway people's opinions, and then that will sway the opinions of the jury, and then the jury could get it tainted in their head because of the public opinion. The Court of Public Opinion is so strong, it is recognized by the United States Supreme Court as a legitimate court of law. Literally, like, they know that the public opinions could literally sway whether someone is going to get justice or not. Okay? And everyone uses both courts. We all do. We use both courts. We use the court of law and the court of public opinion, because public opinion sways the audience. That's why O.J. Simpson's attorneys at the time, Johnny Cochran and the other ones, fought vehemently to have the media in the courtroom, because they knew they would never win a court of law if it was private. They knew that immediately. They said, if the media is not here, we are dead. We have to have the media in here. And they won. And the media was in there. And that's why we get to watch the O.J. Simpson trial anywhere we go, all over YouTube. Because Johnny Cochran and Rob Kardashian knew, if we don't have the media in here,
It's time for bed.
we're toast. We're toast. Okay? We are literal toast. So they won their motion, got the media in the courtroom, and it was nothing but a circus after that. It was nothing but a bunch of men sprouting their feathers like peacocks. That's it. If the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit. Get out of here with that. So the police know that too, you guys. The police are very, very, very familiar with the court of public opinion, and they knew that they would never be able to take R. Kelly down without the public opinion, because the tape is old. The tape is grainy. It's a VHS. It's a grainy tape. So you need the public's opinion on it, even if it is sensitive information, because you need the audience to be swayed. Like, ooh, that does look like a minor. Ooh, it does. It kind of looks, you need the public's opinion. You can't just have the opinion of experts. You need the public's opinion in order to weigh in on what's occurring. That's why. Because if you can sway the public opinion, you know what happens next? That public, everyone who saw those tapes, those bootlegs, there's a good chance that 7 or 8 of them are going to be your jurors. There's about 7 or 8 of them who probably have seen it, watched it on repeat, and will become your jurors. And now that you've swayed the public's opinion, and now you have that tainted juror in your box. And all you simply have to do is just replay the tape with your narrative as the prosecution. Yes, I think the police leaked it. Yes, I do. I agree. Lisa said, they've swayed the public opinion. It could be unethical to keep showing it at that point. No, no. Octavia said, that's like Epstein. He had so many people covering up. That's crazy. That's right. That's right. Monique, hello, Monique said, is judge not sharing tape in the courtroom because the public opinion or because the video of adults having l'affaire with lay minors, it's not relevant for the court's audience to see it? Yeah, because the only jury needs to see it. The audience, because the courtroom is open, it's just not open to the media. Does that make sense? It's not open to video media. It's open to the media. The media can come in and they can take hand notes. They can even tweet, but they can't have video in the courtroom. So the judge thinks, well, the jury just needs to see it. That's it. No one else needs to watch this again. The victim doesn't have to watch it again. We don't got to subject everyone to watch it. Just let the jury watch it and make their opinions. So that's why he did that. Erica Gross said, very true. He said, to the public is my point. To the public is my point. You said they've swayed the public opinion. It could be unethical to keep showing it at that point. You're talking about the original tape, or you're talking about the current tape now in his 2012 case? Lisa said, I was responding to Monique. Oh, got you. Fly on the Wall. What's up, Fly on the Wall? Said, it's known in Chicago, one of his friends turned the tape in. Yeah, but I want to know who released it. And I'm starting to think that the police did. Because how do you take down, your city? It's like trying to take down Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? It's like trying to take down Michael Jordan in Chicago in 1990, in 1998, 2000. You're not taking down Robert in 1990. Robert was on top of the world in Chicago. That's like taking down Michael Jordan. Come on, that's not happening. You have to sway the public's opinion in order to be able to, if you will, handicap him. You know what I mean? You got to handicap him. Erica said, I always thought it was crazy that none of the handlers were never charged. His assistant is, Erica. His assistant, Milton Brown, is. The women are still brainwashed by Robert. Oh, yeah, I agree. It's interesting. So I'm going to just keep doing some digging. Monday, we have day 6 of court. So we're going to get to day 6 in court on Monday. Tomorrow, we actually have we're dissecting another story. So we're staying on this trial of Robert because it's very interesting. I'm going to do some digging because I want to know exactly who leaked that tape. Now, my supposition is that it's probably the police. I don't think it was Sparkle. I think Sparkle gave it to the Sun-Times and gave it to the police. That's what I believe, without a doubt. Okay. That's what I believe. There's no way the Sun-Times would have known it was Sparkle. How would they have known it was Sparkle if the article didn't come out to the 7th? That means they knew Sparkle before the article was released. Yeah. So tomorrow we're talking about the wealthy college kid. She's a scammer out of Florida, alleged scammer out of Florida, who had scammed people out of hundreds of thousands of dollars to start 2 stores, Amazon drop ship store, as well as a Walmart drop ship store. Well, what happened was when the pandemic occurred, your favorite wealthy college kid lost all of her connects. And instead of telling people that she could not get their stores open, she simply just kept taking in dollar amounts between $25,000 and $50,000 per customer. And I've spoken to 3 of them. Yeah. So we're talking about the story of the wealthy college kid tomorrow. We're going to go through all the receipts, how she's ducking and dodging people, how she's claiming that she's going to pay them back. We're getting to all of that. So tomorrow, tune in for the wealthy college kid. We'll break that story for you. Monday, we'll be back for day 6 of court. And then Sunday, I think I got a bunch of meetings. So that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you again for calling into the tip line tonight. Thank you again to all of our co-hosts, the guests who called in. I appreciate you guys. Have a good night. Try not to think too hard about this case. And we'll get back to this specific story of Sparkle and Robert and Jane Doe on Monday. But please tune in tomorrow. We're gonna be here early tomorrow. To be talking about the wealthy college kid and some other stuff. Okay. So I'll see you guys later. I'm not going to bed, but if you see a really good video, send it to me. Okay. Why not? I'm gonna go eat some chips. Okay. Bye-bye.